Hey guys, Mr. Guilford here. First of all, congratulations on considering the vegetarian challenge as offered by Miss Howington. So I'm making this video because I'm a vegetarian and Miss Howington has asked me to share some of my reasons for why I am this way. So there are really three big reasons that motivate me to be a vegetarian. The first and the biggest one is to reduce my personal environmental impact. Basically, and I'm sure you guys have been talking about this in your class, but basically the idea is that right now as a species, human beings are using way too many resources, especially Americans. If everybody lived like Americans, we'd need something like 13 Earths to support us all. So in order to try and do my part and to be a responsible world citizen, I try to reduce the resources I use in a number of ways. I drive a tiny car. I try not to drive as far, further than I need to. I try not to waste electricity. But I also don't eat meat. And the reason for that is that producing meat requires lots and lots of resources. It uses up tons of fossil fuel. We feed lots and lots of the food that we grow that could be eaten by people to animals. And we use tons of water to support these animals. And really, we would just use a lot fewer resources if we all just ate plants, because plants are way more efficient. For example, think about what you have to feed a cow to get a pound of beef. You basically have to feed it 10 pounds of some kind of crop that we've grown, usually corn, in order to get just 1 pound of beef. So wouldn't it be a lot easier if we just kept the 10 pounds of corn? But there are other reasons as well. Second among my reasons is it's really just the fact that I couldn't personally kill a cow, or I wouldn't. So when I see a cow, I usually think, oh, like, cute, it's a cow, it's a nice animal. My first thought is not, I want to kill it and eat it. In fact, if it was left up to me to kill the cow, I would not be able to do it. I would say, okay, well, I guess I don't want meat that badly. You can go along on your life, cow. But if I can't do that, if I couldn't personally kill the cow, is it right for me to let somebody else do it for me? It seems kind of dishonest. It's like, well, I'm just not going to think about the cow dying, and then it's okay. So that's me kind of trying to avoid this sort of personal hypocrisy, I guess. And then third is health. A lot of health problems in the United States, stuff like obesity and heart problems, is directly related to consuming way too much cholesterol and saturated fat. And the major source of cholesterol and saturated fat in people's diets is meat, animal fat. And so by cutting out meat, I cut out a major source of those nutrients that aren't so good for you. And I'd like to think that I'm a healthier person because of it. So those are my three big reasons. But one other thing before I go is maybe it would be interesting to think about it the other way around. What if somebody had to give you an argument for why you should eat meat? Some people might say that eating meat is the only way that you can get enough protein, but really that's not true. Unless you're like some sort of big, beefy bodybuilder, it's not that hard to get all the protein you need from plant sources or also from dairy sources. So the big sources of protein in my diet are beans and eggs and cheese. I drink a lot of soy milk. That counts as a bean. It's pretty good. I eat a lot of bean burritos. Hummus is delicious. I have eggs most mornings. And so between all that stuff, I get more than enough protein to power me through my day as a teacher. And so really the main argument that I think a lot of people make to themselves, and maybe not out loud, is meat is really tasty. And I want to be able to eat meat, so I'm going to believe that it is okay. And that might be that's a reason, right? Meat is tasty. But is it enough of a reason to justify all of the other stuff? Meat causes things that we like to die. Cows are nice. Sheep are nice. We eat those things. It costs a lot of resources, and it's not very healthy. So is taste enough to make up for the environmental impacts, the health impacts, and the possible moral impacts of eating meat? I don't think so. Maybe you do, but those are my reasons for why I choose not to eat meat.